we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. Okay, we are live with Contractville. Hello, my lovies and lovettes. How does life go for ya? How's life treating ya? Is life alright for ya? If not, I hope it gets better. Today we are playing Contractville. I put a poll up recently regarding this, and I only had one response, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. And that one person they put in that they wanted to see a series that I was thinking about doing, and the entire process. So we're showing the entire process. Currently, myself and Floating Head are working on a house that was a mission. So we have been working on that. I'm in charge of the kind of the themes and the how things are decorated. I give him kind of more of the stuff like once I buy the windows. I'm in charge of buying like the furniture and the windows and stuff like that. He helps with the materials, but when it comes to painting and stuff, I'm in charge of the coloring. So that's that. It's kind of been a back and forth kind of thing going on. Whereas he wants to design a house, but he isn't quite sure how to. And with Contractville, you have to kind of know the ins and outs of it. Like, you can't place, it's kind of obvious, I guess, to some people, but you can't place doors, like, right next to each other, especially if one is swinging out and the other one is swinging in. That doesn't work. And windows have to be... No, it's doors. Doors have to be at least 2 squares away from walls, any walls, and they have to have enough room to swing open and close. So we're gonna start our series after we finish this house. This month is July, so it's gonna be red, white, and blue. Next month is gonna be August, which for us here is summertime still. And that's gonna be kind of your, I guess, I want to go with like pastel colors kind of theme. So that person, I'm also sharing this out. Doing that, and then we're gonna share it out real quick, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to send it out. Yeah, I can only think of, I guess a couple of only a couple of spots to send it out. That's okay. Like I said, I will take, you know, the one person over no one saying anything. So we're gonna get started after we have some watermelon real quick and cool down. While it's not super hot over here, it's still close to 80. I'm also going to move my microphone real quick. I don't know why it wasn't working. Oh, because it wasn't plugged in. Okay, try this again. Now that I'm actually should be plugged in. Okay, so I was plugged in the whole time. I just checked myself. And I was plugged in the whole time, but apparently me moving it unplugged it. So there's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat a couple more pieces of watermelon, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna mute myself so you guys don't have to listen to me chew. Okay, now that we've had our watermelon, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I am playing this on Steam, and because I'm playing this on Steam, I can use a controller. So I've opted to use Xbox One controller. It's not super fancy. It's just your typical Xbox One controller. Okay. Now the cursor on here. So, the mouse cursor for this is not exactly bright, and I don't know if I can change the mouse cursor without it glitching out or freaking out. And I say that because there is a thing on Steam you can use to make custom cursors. But I found that it messes the game up, so we're gonna load in. We're gonna make this a multiplayer. And we're gonna make it 2 people. No, it's not gonna be publicly announced. We also, I believe we have the music off in the game, just because copyright strikes and all that good jazz. Now, I will say that to get our company started up, um, we had to take a few loans out, um, but with between the well, like the main source of our income for a while was the demolishing jobs, and we we didn't focus on getting them done on time, simply because of the fact that we're not gonna do that. So we did everything we were supposed to do, and we still got the money, but there's just no bonus. And so we basically, when we started this game, we wanted it to be a test game because we neither Floating Head or myself had played for a while. And so we decided that we were gonna go ahead and go through with this. I apologize for the lag. Um, I don't know how to fix it. Okay, so we got um looks like our max is about 50 something for FPS. So we'll just go with what we can. Now the theme of this house um comes from my childhood, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to it. Um, it's supposed to be like a Lincoln Logs kind of situation. So if you look at the way that these are set, they're a lot like Lincoln Logs. Um, and it also kind of falls into the log cabin kind of theme, but it's more like the size of a mansion. Um, so here's a better view of it that has light. That's a light shining on it. And I don't know why, but only the tall windows up there have the green tint to them. I don't know why, but it happened that way. Um, I didn't realize. Oh, I didn't realize that I did this until I got the windows installed. Um, so yeah, we're in the middle of doing what's called the platting, which is this basically what you're seeing, which is this lighter material. Um, I'm not sure if I want to um, what I want to do with the gray section in the middle of the house right there. The bottom of it, or the bottom has already been covered, so I guess I can cover it. If that makes sense. I know I'm not the expert. I will claim I'm not an expert when it comes to colors and what goes with what. But we decided that the front door, and actually Floating Head came up with this. I know it's kind of dim, so you can't see it probably not that well, but this this stone right here, was from a previous job that we did, and we had leftovers. Um, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a neat idea, actually. And I think I might, if I can, I think I might do it on the taller windows, where this gray spot is, just to kind of mix things up a little bit. I don't want to do it on all the windows, because I think that'd be too much. But the really tall windows, I think it would look really cool underneath. Um, just to give it a little bit of more pop of color. Now, the interior of the house, I came up with the idea, and I kind of had some help with it. Um, is we're sticking with kind of the log cabin theme inside too. Now, Contractville, I do not believe has the usual decorations that a log cabin would. Um, I don't think you can necessarily have mounts in there. Um, so that's not going to be included, and I don't think there's like carpets you can do and stuff, but I don't think you can do like full on skins. You know, like some log cabins would have. If that makes any look of sense. Um, okay, so I need the ladder. Okay, that side is done. And I've thought about taking out like a middle section here and putting a strip of stone like we have, like this. But I don't know how that would look per se. Um, okay, I guess I'm just gonna eat it. So if we take out the that would take out that whole section. And I don't know where the. It looks like it's probably right about here. I'm thinking. I don't want to take out the whole wall either. Okay, so that's where it's at. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just. Again, I apologize for the lag in advance. Okay, so the click, the hand. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to take it out. I'm wondering if, real quick, because I have it on my phone. Shift tab real quick. I'm wondering if I can just do this, do this, and that would help my situation. Okay, so back to this. I'm just gonna go ahead and okay. So we're gonna have to restore what we took out, of course. I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about doing this. Only for the simple fact that, I don't know what color would necessarily break it up. I don't want to do the dark brown, because that's already on the windows. I could do the... I could do the stone, and that would break it up quite a bit. I gotta figure out where that is. There it is. Okay, that works out. And for those of you that want to know how to get really started on this, demolishing jobs are going to be pretty much your friend in this instance, because they're going to get you like the most amount of money. And then what you can do is when you get enough demolishing jobs done, then you can start you can start I'm trying to find the words to say here. Saving up and getting yourself better vehicles. But the really, really good investment, if I'm being honest, is your office. Getting enough money to get yourself the trash compactor, and basically using that to compact your trash down to cubes will start getting you some money, especially if you can get it to level 2. So basically what you need to do is, I know the starter trucks suck as far as carrying capacity. However, they will get you through what you need to get through in terms of jobs. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to save all your trash from the jobs that you do, especially your demolishing jobs. And before you... It's going to be tedious, but before you end up fully completing the job, you're going to walk over to these guys over here. And these guys will basically, what these do is they automatically sort what you've picked up in your jobs. And they will get you the glass to the plastic will all be boxes, different colored boxes. The waste will just be a trash bag. And they will get you what you need before you close out your job. Now, if you're somebody that wants to go for efficiency, that's fine. That is perfectly fine to do. I'm not, condoning it. But I will say that if that's what you're going for, you're not going to have time to grab all of your trash before you have to close out your contract, your mission. So it's kind of it's what, it's kind of a trade off. Um, and your trade off is you either go for efficiency or you go for money. And yes, in some cases, efficiency is going to be better than money. But if you're trying to start out and invest, um, efficiency is probably going to have to come later. Um, because what's going to happen is your demolishing jobs are going to be. We've had 30,000. We've had, I think, up to 50,000. Um, as far as demolishing jobs. Um, and So that's what's gonna be your best bet to start out with is your demolishing jobs. Um, and then we decided that, considering how things were going, I normally don't like to be in debt of people. That's something that just I've always done. I don't like to be in debt or owe people money. But in this case, the investment was we built up enough money to get our business started. We took out a few loans that we needed to take out. We had talked about it before. And when I say we, I'm talking about Floating Head and myself. We had talked about it, and we were trying to figure out how we were going to be able to pay it back. And those demolishing jobs really helped out. Now, the other thing that really kind of helped out you can do is if you do the Go Green missions, and you save all the trash from there, from those missions, that will help you out also in terms of an investment. Um, Now, while it seems like it would be like contradicting, um, getting all your trash put into the your office will help you save room in terms of in your vehicle for carrying capacity. Now, you could also go the route of just basically taking out a loan if you can, because I believe that the max is $250,000 for a loan or for finance power. If you really wanted to, you could take out a loan and get that. That vehicle right here has a lot of space. Oops, I don't want to do that. It has a lot of space. And it will be a good investment because it'll help you carry a lot back. That's another option. And basically what will happen is if you take a loan out, it'll automatically deduct what you're owed, what you owe over time. So say like you take out like a $60,000 loan, whatever amount you have to pay back on your loan will slowly come out of each time you complete a job. And the other option is once you take out a loan and you get the money back, you can also just outright pay off your loan if you needed. If that's the route you want to take, that's okay too. That's kind of what Floating Head and I did. Is we took out some loans, we got the money back, and we paid it all off. And our biggest investment was that trash compactor for the office. Especially if you get it to level 2. It will be a huge investment, believe me. So my recommended, like a recommended path that I would do, is I would, when you can, go to the car dealership and take out the loan if you need to. If you're taking this route, if you're going straight up for the vehicle, then I would take out the loan. And then I would get this vehicle. Actually, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to remember how much it was, because it might... I mean, it's worth the investment, but I think it might be a lot of money. I think. But, if you take out the loan, and you buy the vehicle, it will help you in terms of carrying capacity, which will come in handy later. It most definitely will. However, if you want to go the other route, which is okay too, you could always just start out doing demolishing jobs, and the vehicle you start out with is like a little truck. It doesn't have a lot of capacity to it, but it will do the job. And what you're going to basically do is your demolishing jobs, you're basically going to tear down walls, and you're basically going to pick up trash. Is what you're going to do. So, there's that. And then also, you're also going to sell furniture. That's the other thing. Is selling furniture that's broken that you're supposed to be selling will help out tremendously. But, whoops. You can do it one of two ways. You can choose to either, save up all your trash at once, or you can, sell it as each mission gets completed. So yeah, it's just there's multiple different ways to play this game. Where is the? It just depends on what you want to do. Mm. So yeah, there's just a few things to keep in mind. What kind of play style you want to do, how you want to do things, what missions do you want to play, or what missions are you like gonna like really focus on, and things of that nature. It just really, really depends. And I'm not saying like by all means you have to have like the perfect eye for um, coloring and wallpaper and all that good jazz. I just so happen to know a theme that I really liked, and I kind of went with it. The next house I'm going to do is probably going to be summer themed, which I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do. Because I'm not sure. Okay. So, the whole process, when I put my poll up, is you buy a lot, you figure out, you put together the, like, you build the house, blueprint of the house, and then you build it from the ground up, and you design it how you need to, and basically from start to finish is the process. Now this house was a mission house that kind of had a preset of guidelines that need to be followed. If I had it my way, I'd probably do like a ground level, what do you call it? Log cabin. But then again, that's just me. I'm not a expert designer by all means. You know, the more I look at this, the more the gray's growing on me. For those of you who are watching, thank you. I appreciate it. Highly, highly appreciate it. I'm not somebody that, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, you have to comment in the live chat, you know. I'm somebody that's like, well, if you know, want to lurk, that's fine. That is perfectly fine with me. I will take it. And again, I will claim I'm not an expert in this. When it comes to designing, I just kind of go with what fits at the time. And yes, I did get the DLC packs, which are your Japanese packs, or your Japanese pack, your medieval pack, your sci-fi pack, and I think there was one more, but I'm not entirely positive. Okay, so we're gonna have to put this here. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do that. And we're gonna do that. Now, once Floating Head gets home, if I'm still on, he will join. He's gonna join me in doing this, finishing up the house, and then I could probably have him help me design the other house. Again, it's just gonna depend on what he has to, what Nana's gonna have him do and stuff. I know. It's colliding with the other wall. Mm. Okay. I find things, most of the things on here to be easier with a controller. The only thing I do not find easy is the blueprint for the house building. Controller, I would not recommend a controller for the blueprint building. Unless, of course, you're really expert at it, then by all means, go right ahead. Mm. Okay. Just grab that. Okay. So, we need okay, so I was able to finish that. But we need to put that there. We need to grab this. Grab this. We need to grab this. And we forgot about our exterior cladding. Hope everybody had a good 4th. I stayed home and... No, I didn't stay home. What am I saying? Went to Mom's house for a barbecue. And yeah. Didn't really watch the fireworks. I'm not a fan of fireworks myself. I don't have a great history with them, unfortunately. Over here. Taking care of house. Making a house. Oh, excuse me. We're making a house. Yes, we are. We're making a house. Yes, we are. So, another thing I'm going to point out is that this game can be played with up to 4 people. So, you and 3 other people can play. If you're somebody that wants to go for efficiency, you could always try to team up with people and try and knock out jobs together. That's always an option. Like, one person will pick up trash while the other one is demolishing walls, or, vice versa. And when it comes to building, you can always have one person be in charge of, like, the colors and what the color, like, the overall color scheme, what's going to be. And the other person could be in charge of buying the materials or something. There's a lot of different ways that it could go. You could also decide on color schemes together if you wanted. But if you're people that can't agree on a color, then it might just be better to have one person be in charge of it. And when you guys play together, your money is, as far as I know, I believe it's combined together, so it'll be just one amount for all of you. I don't know what'll happen if you play by yourself and then you join together. I'm not entirely sure how that would go. Actually, I'm going to pause for a brief moment because I'm going to call, well, I think I'll just text the person, never mind. I'm just going to text the person instead. Come on. out that, one block. It's not supposed to be demolishing. Yeah, by all means, this is not a, in terms of what the actual contractor would do, I am pretty fairly certain that they would not be, I'm pretty sure they would not be using the techniques that are on this game to, do stuff. And I mean, when it comes to exteriors and, all that, I'm pretty sure they're not using floating techniques to, get stuff put together. I'm just saying. Now, scaffolding, yes, they will use the scaffoldings, but I'm pretty sure that they have to apply the exterior like this by hand. Last I checked, I could be wrong. But I thought that was the correct thing. Oh, yeah. The lag is so bad. I'm not even sure why. Okay, that side is done. Now, I think all we got left is one. Is it one? Yes, it is one. We only got one one wall left. I'll be back. I was just hearing things. Okay. It's back. Okay. Come on. There we go. There we go. That, and then we're going to use this to go here first. We're going to grab our exterior cladding. No? No more? Okay. That's okay. Okay. Worth a shot. Okay. Yay! I leveled up. I'm level 14. Yay! That's the other thing too. Is you do get to level up. Which is pretty cool. And you level up from doing houses. You level up from picking up trash. You level up painting walls. Like, you level up from almost everything in this game. I say almost because I don't know if there's anything that you can't level up from. Go. That. Okay. 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 Oh, really? I say really because of the, like, last spot that I have to do. Okay, so we got an extra box of... We got a few extra boxes. Yeah, I think the gray looks will... I think a color in the middle of that will break it up. Yeah, whether it be the stone, like the front door to match, or what it's going to be, I don't know. I'm going to let Floating Head figure that one out. We'll talk about it and see what he says. So. Okay. Now that we got that all situated and figured out, the exterior of this is... I might have to do it because I don't know exactly. I know exactly when he's going to get home, but... Yeah, I can see it working. We don't have... Do we not have any more of it? No, we probably don't have any more of it this way. Okay. So we need to figure out what windows he has not installed. That one's done. That one. That one. Right? Yeah. That one. That one. That one. Okay, windows. Done. 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 Yep. 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 Done. Done. Okay. 4 windows. We need to install. You guys can also see what each room is. Um, we got that one's done. Those are done. Those are done. Those are done. If they're not installed, they usually light up orange. We got this room. This room. Okay, we're gonna... What's in the mail real quick? Oh. So we've got 2 points to spend. Put it in power. Tools. We've got paint is maxed, plaster's maxed. We could probably put it in the screwdriver. Special skills. That's maxed. Oh yeah, that one can be put into. Okay. That's all done. All done. I've already been in here. Okay, so what do we got going in here that is not working out? Right, storage room has no windows. There they are. Okay. Screwdriver. That is done. Now I need to figure out the bottom of... I need to figure out this gray section. I'm not sure what... Oh, what color to put. Because I don't want to exactly... I mean, I could use the darker stuff. That would kind of help out. Oh. I gotta figure this out. Oh, and for those wondering, you do get your money back on the materials that are needed for the house. I don't want to do the... I don't want to do the lighter stuff because it doesn't break it. It doesn't, you know, look right. I'd have to go down to the store and get a thing of this material. And you know what? Maybe I'll just do a whole separate color. Just to kind of break up the monotony. Okay, maybe I won't have to go and do that. No, I'm gonna have to. Okay. What's over here? Oh yeah. Okay, no, I don't have to. I don't have to. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Okay. Wait, yes, you can. Come on. Being uncooperative. Fine. Okay. So we only got a little bit of that to do. So we're gonna need another box. Looks like. Okay. So we are gonna have to run to the store then. Do not drive like this in real life. It will get you in trouble. So I'm on my way to the store in the game to go buy one more thing of exterior wall that I need. House. This way. Okay, so I need the... Where'd you go? I need... This is what I need. We need the... This one is what we need. What? Wallpaper? Ooh, I didn't realize that was there. I'm finding something out new. Ooh, that could be handy. Wallpaper, huh? Ooh, wallpaper. Whoa. My horizons just opened up. I think I know. Wallpaper? Oh yeah, for sure. Do 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 do. Go back to the... To the house, going back to the house. I'll open this up. grab that. We're gonna continue with our stuff. Luckily, I didn't have that much left to do. Okay. There we go. And it looks like all we've got left is the very top. Which means I'm gonna have to get on scaffolding. I really apologize for the lag, you guys. I don't know how to fix it without exiting out of my stuff. Come on. Okay. We need just going to, for argument's sake, we're just going to go ahead and grab this one. And we're going to go over here. So now it's colliding with other boards. Also, um, there's a game launching in about 2 days. I was thinking about playing it. Actually, streaming it, if I'm allowed to. I say allowed to because it's a game that I'm not sure is going to be allowed to be streamed. Okay. Hello. Hello, floating head. How goes it? Okay, that's it. I have to go over there. And yeah, I know. Wait, was not. Okay, I guess we're going from that logic. That okay, we're going with that logic apparently. Okay, I'm gonna try and do something. This and this. last side that I have to do. Oh. Alright, break time. Time to go stretch. And move around. Oh. I'll be back. Oh. What? This. All right, we're back. We are back. Had me a made corn on the cob. So I had me one with Johnny's and butter. Or margarine, however you want to put that. Excuse me. Okay, so we need not over here, sweetie. Okay. Well, if there's one thing that steak and corn have in common, they both get stuck between your teeth. Whoops. Okay. Oh. You good, Nana? Okay. Okay. I've got some chickens who would love this leftover corn on the cob, so I'll be back. Okay. Nummy. Okay. We want... Right. Gotta go the other direction. And we gotta do that. Okay. Come on. I got one more to do. Come on. There. I think we're done with that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up in the truck. That up in the truck. This back up in the truck. That. Done with those. Okay, so got to okay. Okay. So it may not look like it's a color difference, but I promise you it is. Okay, so we got this color, which is the entry. We've got this color, which is the living room. That's a dining room. That's the laundry room. That's a bathroom. Okay, where's the living room at? Okay. Okay. And we've got... this color, again, for... this room. We've got this one. This one. We also got... this also has to go up to a second kitchen. This is the children's room. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, so we got... this room also has it. And then we got both bathrooms that have it. And then we got... where's the second bathroom at? I'm sure it's up here. This is the guest room. This is the other bathroom. We're going to do one room at a time for plastering. And we're going to start with the first room, which is the dining room. let's do that whole wall's done. Over here needs to be done. And Nana's having her sneezing fit in the background over here. I'm just gonna say this, it looks like they're petting the wall. It's just an observation. Here's the interesting thing. You can't really tell the difference between this color and the other color unless it's sundown. Kind of interesting. Okay. So, this and this. Okay. Back to what we were doing in the first place, which was these. What room did we leave off on? This one. That's right. That. Okay, all four walls have been plastered in here, so take this. Try to get out here. There we go. And down here. So, we got that done. Looks like the bottom floor is done for plastering. yes, I don't have the color for in here yet. I want to focus on the other one for right now, which is called corn silk. Shocked I made that. So, life's been, if you guys want a life update as far as how things are going, still looking for a job. Unfortunately. Well, okay, so I'm still looking for another job right now because of current situation. Um, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing what I can. But I've had no luck so far. Okay, we got that bucket done. Okay, that went a little bit too far out. There we go. Okay. We need it in. That's what even here is where we're at. Okay, there's that. That one. That one's done. So now what do we do? Where are we at? Okay. Get up to the third floor. So yeah, I've got my logic was I wanted to do an area where you could put your pet stuff, and um, an area where they could just chill and hang out, and kind of have their own area. Um, it would be open, um, so that way there wouldn't be any you wouldn't have to worry about trying to close the door or anything like that. I mean, it might be weird logic to some people, but it's logical to me. Nice. Right. What about this? Okay, what about this? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. reason why I don't have any windows in my storage room in this game is because I've learned over time that even though, yes, logically, yes, it's a game. I'm making that clear. It's a game, but in my mind, this would be like building my own house. And so I wouldn't want any sunlight or like possible moisture to build up in the storage room because it can destroy so many things. With moisture comes things like mold that can eventually happen, and you got water damage that can come in. You got a lot of things that don't really need to happen to precious items that you have. So I figured it'd be just better to do it that way. I don't know when I'll be doing this again. Because this would be if I did it, it'd probably be all in one go for a house. I don't know though. This might be a couple part series where I start the house and then if I don't want to stream for the whole day, then I can just simply make it a couple part series where I do stuff. Okay, what do we got left? I think all the plastering. Okay. Got it. So, looks like the plastering's done. Let's see if there's any other. There we go, 700. So when I initially loaded this all up, it took me, I think, 2 full truckloads plus Gabe. But it took us a little bit to get everything over here initially. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna start on the painting. Now we're on to the painting. This is how we're gonna paint things. Lovely afternoon. That's not. That's not a room that we need. We need it in here though. How did I was. How did I forget this? Somehow I forgot this. There. Now we're good. Okay. Remove this. And yeet it outside. Then take this. And put it in here. Okay. 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 My walls, painting the walls, some corn silk. Painting the walls, some corn silk. Painting, painting, painting is fun. Painting, painting is fun. Okay, we got. Oh. Okay. We got the walls painted in here. In here. Not corn silk, apparently. Okay. Who's next? You're next. You're not corn silk. Okay. What about you? Dressing room is not corn silk either. And the other bathroom? Wait. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Both bathrooms are this color. So as far as the dressing room and a couple of the other rooms that don't have necessarily the assigned color that the other rooms have, I will figure out what color I could go with, because I have extra paint from the other jobs that I've done. I'll have to figure out what color scheme to go with for them. I have a couple of different options I can go with. Okay. not. I don't think that room is. This room's not gonna be. Office is not gonna be this color. Game room ain't gonna be this color. TV room ain't gonna be this color. Okay, so we got. I think we're done with this color. Well, it's better to have extra than not enough, I guess. Okay. We have. Okay. We can get that color. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. Change my mind about it. We're not doing that. Okay. Okay. It's been about 2 hours and 40 minutes of stream. I think I'm gonna get off. Oh. And I'll probably get back on when Floating Head gets back on. So yeah. But I will talk to you guys all later. Thank you to those who stuck around. Thank you to those who popped in and said hi. Yeah. All right. Ending in 3,